Yo, what's up guys? It's your boy, and I'm back at you. Sorry that I haven't uploaded in a while. I've been really busy with school and schoolwork because just got back into school this week, and it sucks. I freaking hate school. But at the same time, I'm finally able to record, and you guys are gonna get part 3 to What If Naruto Created His Own Village. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. So we're actually in the village's outer ring. So basically, they're on the island itself. There's a little ways that you go before you actually get to Harigakure itself. So Zetsu, like obviously white Zetsu and black Zetsu combined is actual Zetsu. And so he is watching all of the Jinchuriki inside of Harigakure. By doing this, he has basically gathered the information that there are 5 different Jinchuriki, I think, because we have the One-Tails Gaara, we have the 5 Tails, which is Han, we have the 6 Tails Utakata, the 7 Tails Fu, and the 9 Tails Naruto, obviously. So we have 5-tailed beasts, or 5 Jinchuriki, in Harigakure, which means 5-tailed beasts, which is the majority of the tailed beasts, are located in this one village. And so the Akatsuki would probably go off and gather the 2 tails and the 3 tails, as well as probably going after Killer Bee, because this is going to be one of the biggest invasions ever. Now, what actually happens to Roshi is he actually manages to pull what Killer Bee did to Sasuke, like the whole clone bullshit, and he actually escapes. So Roshi manages to escape, and he escapes all the way to Harigakure and warns them about the Akatsuki. So I know that's a little weird because it might not fit Roshi's character, but if Killer Bee can do it, then I think Roshi could do it. Just because even though Bee is more powerful because he has the 8 tails and that's 2 times the power, the skill level of Bee and Roshi was around the same. Now obviously they were skilled in different things, but I think both of them could do the whole clone shabam thingy. So that's what Roshi does, but Killer Bee does get was it Gyuki? I think Gyuki is the 8 tails names, as well as Matabi or Matabi. I don't know. I don't remember the 2 tails name, and of course, the 3 tails is Sobu. I remember that one because that one's pretty easy. But the rest of the tailed beasts are actually all located in Harigakure, so now they have 6 Jinchuriki. Zetsu would notice that Roshi got there and realized that they hadn't actually captured Roshi, and basically Roshi went into the village before Zetsu could even try and intercept him. So because of this, they're actually warned about the Akatsuki, and they immediately send out a messenger toad to go get Naruto back, because Naruto is still training with Jiraiya off on Mount Miyaboku to get Toad Sage mode. Or perfected Toad Sage mode. Because Naruto, at the very moment, is really powerful, has a lot of jutsu under his belt, but I don't remember if I gave him KCM or not in the last part. I don't think I did, but at the same time I might have, and I'm just forgetting. And obviously Pakura is the 2nd Harikage. So this would lead us straight into the attack on Harigakure, but before the Akatsuki attacks Harigakure, Team Taka would actually show up to sort of since Sasuke, hearing that all of his friends are basically dead at this point, would go back to Konoha, and obviously he did learn about his parents dying, and he kind of hates Konoha, but he went back to Konoha just to talk to to Tsunade about everything that had happened. And Tsunade is immediately mad at Danzo, so she and Sasuke go off, and I think that fight would go around the same, only Sasuke would he'd still probably maybe go blind, but I think Sasuke would have taken his brother's eyes because Itachi still told him about the Eternal Mangekyo, and Sasuke would eventually obtain the Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan after the fight with Danzo when he goes blind, and he would have both of Shisui's eyes, and he would just basically have them stored for later, because Itachi would have had no one else to give it to, because since Naruto, he never met Naruto, so he basically just gave it to Sasuke because, screw it, why not? Now, because of this, what Sasuke and Team Hebi or Team Taka, I can't remember. I think it was Team Hebi until he found out about his brother's death, or until he found out like the things behind his brother. So I think it would be Team Taka now. So Team Taka would go back and they would actually just decide, you know what, Kabuto's gonna die. So they just killed Kabuto. No wait, did they already kill Kabuto? God, I really should have listened to the last part, but if they did kill Kabuto in one of the earlier parts, then Kabuto was already dead. But if Kabuto wasn't dead, then Kabuto died to Sasuke right now. Because of this, Sasuke would basically leave the village, saying to Tsunade that he is forever grateful and that he won't try to destroy the village, but that he won't actually come back to the village. Which makes Tsunade really sad, and because, like, you know, I guess not really sad, but at the same time, it just makes her like really depressed because like Sasuke would literally be like the most powerful person in their village, and they literally were like, she thought they just got a really powerful person back, and nope, just turns out he wants to leave again. So Tsunade is kind of bummed out at this point, like like Kakashi, Guy, Asuma, all these people are like dead. They're just all dead. Wait, did I say... Hold up. Wait a minute. God, I swear, if I said Han died in the last part, I'm a freaking idiot. Because, okay, so if Han died in the last part, then scratch that. I'm gonna freaking next that. If I said Han died last part, you know, the 5 Tails Jinchuriki, then nix that in the butt, because that is not true. All the Jinchuriki are alive, as of right now. Now we're going to get into the first fight. Sasuke, along with Team Taka, would be heading over to Harigakure to try to basically, like, join their village because he's heard how strong Naruto is and how strong Rasha is and all of these people, and he wants to join that village because, well, I mean, the other villages seem so corrupt, and he's heard about how Harigakure is much better than all of these other villages. So on his way there, he actually runs into Deidara and Sasori, and Deidara, being the jerk that he is, basically wants to kill Sasuke because, you know, Sharingan. And he's related to Itachi. So he goes after Sasuke while Sasori fights with the rest of Team Taka, and I think Sasori would probably be able to kill off most of Team Taka, since he wouldn't like be holding back because Chio's not there, so he wouldn't be holding back, and I think he could probably easily kill Team Taka. But at the same time, I think Sasuke would deal with Deidara insanely quickly, like literally one Amaterasu and Deidara is dead. Like, even if he uses Clay Clone, Sasuke could just perceive that and then Amaterasu him again, since, well, I mean, he has Eternal Mangekyo, it doesn't really matter. Also, he could just Susanoo, kill both of them at the same time. So, even though Team Taka would probably die if they went into 1v1 situations, I think Sasuke just freaking bodies Sasori and Deidara, and they are strong, Deidara and Sasori. I'm not saying they, like, either of them respectively could take out any member of Team Taka except for Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan Sasuke, because Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan Sasuke is just freaking broken. I mean, like, God, it took freaking... Basically, like, the only person that was able to, like, actually kill him in the war arc were, like, the only people that probably could have killed him in the war arc was Madara, who actually did kill him, and, what's his name? Obito, who more than likely could have killed him because, well, it's Obito. And because of this, they would just, basically, that would just be, like, a road bump, and they would eventually, get to, Harigakure. Now, in this time that Naruto has basically been training, he actually, since Kurama already basically, like, liked Naruto, and Naruto's body had matured enough, Jiraiya actually unlocked the seal. Although he was hesitant about it, Jiraiya did unlock the seal, and Naruto gained basically just KCM 1 and then trained it up to KCM 2, as well as obtaining Perfect Sage Mode. So Naruto basically has Perfect Sage Mode in KCM 2 at this point, and because of this, when he eventually gets ambushed by 2 Akatsuki members, this being an orange masked man named Obito, or named Tobi, but we all know him as Obito, and Zetsu, who has split off into white Zetsu, with black Zetsu just lurking in the shadows. or probably lurking somewhere around Pain in case he dies. So, because of this, I think this fight I'm actually going to narrate, just for the simple fact that, you know, we need some more detail. You guys are here for the detail. You guys are here for the juicy details of the stories. So, let's get straight into that fight. Naruto and Jiraiya had just gotten word that Harigakure was going to be under attack soon, and that Ultra Shuriki should be in the village at all times so that they can all be protected, but also they can all, like, help fight, but while still being helped and watched and not just getting overpowered by numbers or some bullcrap like that. Because of this, Naruto and Jiraiya are heading back as fast as they can. In this time, Jiraiya has also learned Perfect Sage Mode, and has basically done what Goku did with Super Saiyan. He's basically mastered Perfect Sage Mode, as well as Naruto has, to the point where they can just pop into it, like Goku can with Super Saiyan, and it takes, like, minimal to no chakra drain, and there's actually no time limit on Sage Mode for Jiraiya, because of, like, how much nature energy has enveloped in him over the years, and, like, he's literally the Toad Sage. But for Naruto, it is not the 5-minute timer it once was. He could probably go Sage Mode for about an hour, and it just takes, like, and then it would take, like, a minute to charge up. So, yeah, it's pretty broken, but it still is on technically a timer, although most fights are gonna probably last less than an hour. But Naruto would be heading as fast as they can. They're not in Sage Mode, and they're not in, like, Naruto's not in, like, KCM 1 or KCM 2, because he doesn't want to, like, leave Jiraiya behind, and Jiraiya might get ambushed and killed. They're really, like, cursing themselves for not being able to get back to the village faster, because they have to, like, literally, like, cross, like, the water. So Naruto basically, with KCM 2, could probably just use Kurama Avatar and run across. Or, no, I don't think he has Kurama Avatar at this point. I think he'd be, like, training with Kurama Avatar, but he wouldn't have, like, the full Kurama Avatar. But I think with KCM 2, he could probably just run across the water. And, I mean, they probably could, but Naruto would be, like, super fast, and he could actually do it faster than a boat, while Jiraiya would probably still have to take the boat, but he just wants to stay with Jiraiya. And so Naruto has the Pain Arc, you know, the Pain Art drip, which is, I mean, that's basically Naruto's coolest outfit. In my opinion, that's his coolest outfit in the entire series. That red and black cape with, like, the giant scroll on the back, freaking dope. Now, since neither of them are in Sage Mode, they don't notice when a man teleports onto their ship with another man who is, like, basically, like, another, like, full, like, patchy white man. Then the patchy white man goes directly for Jiraiya, just appearing straight out of the ground and trying to go at Jiraiya, with basically, like, multiple versions of him popping out of the boat. Now, these are the Zetsu clones. There's not as many since Zetsu hasn't as much time to prepare. So this is basically, like, all the clones he has. Actually, no, it wouldn't be all the clones, because he has, like, still a good amount of clones, but it would be, like, a decent chunk of Zetsu's army, rather than, like, just a minuscule faction. So they're basically launching a whole hell ton of clones just to try and overpower Naruto and Jiraiya. And Obito would then go after... he would just jump down and go straight for Naruto, but Naruto would just smack everyone away, and then start charging nature energy as well as Jiraiya. And Naruto, he has to stand still to charge nature energy, but Jiraiya can just, like, continue fighting and charge nature energy. And Jiraiya immediately pops into, basically, I'm just gonna call it infinite Perfect Sage Mode. And Jiraiya just starts bodying all of the white Zetsus. Like, they can literally do nothing against him. Like, this Jiraiya could probably handle, like, all 6 paths of pain. Like, maybe not at once, because, actually, no, he probably could. Yeah, I think that, yeah, this version of Jiraiya could just destroy the 6 paths of pain. He'd probably have a hard time with the Diva Path, and I think he'd probably lose to the Diva Path eventually, but the rest of the paths would just be freaking fodder to this Jiraiya. But Naruto immediately, as I said, starts charging nature energy, and right as Obito is about to get to him, he goes into Perfect Sage Mode and then throws a punch right in front of him, which Obito just phases straight through. Naruto jumps basically forward and then lands, and then he goes straight into KCM2 Sage Mode. He freaking just charges Obito so fast that Obito can't even, like, basically phase. So he just gets punched straight onto the water. Naruto jumps in the water and goes after him, and then he says, "Kurama, we need to use our full power together." "Alright, kid, I understand." So they basically do what they did in, like, the war arc, where, like, you know, like how he and how Naruto and Minato put their hands together, and how Kurama's two halves put their hands together. Well, basically, Naruto puts his fist to Kurama's, and they're standing right side by side, and Naruto powers up and goes straight into the full Kurama avatar. And needless to say, I think he would end up defeating Obito, but I think Obito would just use Izanagi and then try and get the jump on Jiraiya, which I think he would be able to get the jump on Jiraiya with the Izanagi, and more than likely stab him through like the chest. And I think because of this, sadly, Jiraiya would end up dying, but this would just infuriate Naruto to the point where that Obito is just like, we gotta get out of here, and Naruto's just like, oh no you're not. And Naruto just goes like full Ninetales rage mode and just kills Obito and Zetsu. And yeah, so Naruto then uses one of the bodies of Zetsu to find the Zetsu army, goes down with the Kurama avatar, and destroys the entire Zetsu army. And now we are going to get into another fight, and that is going to be all of the Jinchuriki, so Han, Roshi, Fu, and Utakata, because Naruto's not there, and also Gaara as well, but also someone's going to be sitting in the background for their team, sort of like a tag team kind of person, like gonna come in when they need him. But basically, lurking in the shadows on the opposite side of the field would be Rasha, and lurking on the other side of the field, which is Pain, Konan, and Kasame, is Black Zetsu. Black Zetsu waiting to snatch that Rinnegan back, and since it is the 6 Paths of Pain, and Konan is with them as well as Kasame, so basically, you know, Black Zetsu could just go back to Nagato right now and steal a Rinnegan, but he still wants, basically, to play Pain, or to play Nagato into getting all the tailed beasts, and then stealing the Rinnegan. Why do the hard work when someone else can do it? Because of this, it would be the 6 Paths of Pain, Konan, and Kasame versus all the Jinchuriki. So, I do believe that since all the Jinchuriki would be perfect Jinchuriki, that they would probably be able to fend off against most of the Paths of Pain, and probably I think Roshi could just melt Konan, and I think Konan and 4 out of the 6 Paths of Pain. 4 out of the 6 Paths of Pain, besides the Diva and Preta, because Preta can absorb chakra, as well as Kasame can absorb chakra, and the Diva path is just broken. I think this would lead the Diva path into basically using the Chibaku Tensei to try and seal the Jinchuriki, but all of a sudden, out of nowhere, a giant, just freaking, what's it called, like, this giant laser beam comes out of nowhere from the forest, and even Black Zetsu is surprised, and it just incinerates the Chibaku Tensei, and then, no one knows where it came from, and no one knows why it was, but Zetsu was like, Black Zetsu, of course, was like, what the hell was that? But besides that, the fight would continue, and I think eventually Kasame would probably die, but I think that in the process, Roshi, Fu, and, who's one of the lower, no, not Roshi and Fu, but Roshi, Gaara, and Han would all basically be taken out at this point, and it would just be Fu and Utakata going up against the Diva Path of Pain. But Kasame would be dead at this point, but you know, the Samehada clone, like, he hid like a clone version of himself, or like the actual version of himself, while the clone version outside fought. So, you know, like what happened in the war arc. So I think that Utakata would probably try and wield Samehada to try and do what B did, and eventually find out that eventually get surprised by Kasame, and I think Utakata would be defeated. And with the Diva Path basically running along chakra from basically using a Chibaku Tensei and just not working, I think the Diva Path would basically be destroyed by a full Seven Tails Fu, but then that full Seven Tails Fu would be jumped by Kasame, but right before, but as like he swung down, he basically nearly killed Fu and absorbed all the rest of her chakra. Now, Zetsu says yes, and turns around to basically go back to the Rain Village and take the Rinnegan, because they have all the tailed beasts they need. Besides Naruto, of course, but he's like, Obito will probably get him. And then he sees someone behind him, and he hears the words Chibaku Tensei. Zetsu gets absorbed into a Chibaku Tensei, flown up into the air, and sealed, creating a third moon in the sky. Now, there are 3 moons instead of just 2 moons. So there's one holding Kaguya, one holding Black Zetsu, and the actual moon of Earth. Kasame would notice the giant Chibaku Tensei, and right as he's going to pick up the Jinchuriki keys, they, basically, like, the ground would shake beneath him, and someone would pop out of the ground, grab his 2 legs, yank him down like Kakashi did to Sasuke during the bell test, and then kick Kasame straight into the floor before summoning a chakra rod and stabbing it through Kasame's brain. So, it's like the Jinchuriki, like 5 Jinchuriki at once is strong, but it just goes to show you, like, absorbing chakra is just basically a Jinchuriki's weakness. That is, if you can absorb chakra, you're basically the bane of a Jinchuriki. Because their whole strategy, basically, like a perfect Jinchuriki, relies on, like, chakra. So, most of them aren't, like, weapon specialists, they're, like, Tailed Beast Mode Specialist and Tailed Beast Bomb. But if you can just absorb the chakra, it don't matter. But that would be the end of that fight, and Rasha would basically just use the Diva Path to float himself and all of the Jinchuriki back to the village. And now we are going to get into the second Harikage Pakura, Etoro, Metaro, Inoyashiro, Chino, and Futsu versus Kakuzu and Hidan. Now, before you say anything about, oh, I think this person would die, or I think this person would die, let me just tell you straight up that Kakuzu and Hidan, I don't want to detail this fight, because nothing happens except Kakuzu and Hidan getting freaking bodied. Kakuzu just gets looked at by Chino and Inoyashiro, and all of a sudden, oh no, I'm just a head and a body now. Like, they literally look at him, and he just gets decapitated. And Kakuzu, like, I think Kakuzu might be able to kill one of them. Not Pakura, not Inoyashiro, not Chino, and I think it would either be Etoro or Futsu, and I'm just going to say it's Etoro, and basically Metaro is really sad about that, but, you know, Kakuzu, yeah, I'm just going to give him the benefit of a doubt, say he actually manages to kill Etoro. But besides that, nothing really happens in that fight except Kakuzu and Hidan getting bodied. Now, this would lead us into the, basically, like, the Akatsuki is destroyed. Black Zetsu's gone. The other tailed beasts are released from the ghetto statue, because they basically, like, find Nagato, and Nagato releases the tailed beast. He can't really, like, bring back everybody he's killed. I mean, he could bring back the other Jinchuriki, but at the same time, I don't think he would. There would be really no point to. And so I think Nagato would just be killed, and I think that he would take his eyes. Or, like, I don't know who would take his eyes, but someone would take his eyes. No one would implant them, but they would just be, like, a prize, basically. Like, one of their, like, trophies, I guess. Or, I guess, like, something really important to the village that would be given to someone of, like, great power. Like, if someone really deserved them, they would be, like, the greatest honor to obtain them. The Harigakure and basically would form a council, and this council would have, like, all basically, like, the clan heads. So Inoyashiro from the Chinoiki clan, like, the prominent clans with, like, prominent, like, Kekkei Genkai. So Inoyashiro would be one of the clan heads, Sasuke would be the Uchiha clan head, Naruto the Uzumaki clan head / Namikaze clan head, I think he would be like the Uzumaki, because, you know, that's the last name he goes by, so the Uzumaki clan head for him. And I think the rest of the Jinchuriki would be on the council, as well as, obviously, Rasha, because he was one of the main 4 that started this village, and Pakura as the second Harikage. Sasuke would basically announce that he wants world peace because that's what his brother wanted, and Naruto would agree, saying that's what Nagato wanted, and Nagato being a student of Jiraiya, and Naruto really missing Jiraiya and wanting to basically follow a path, Naruto would agree to this, and basically war would be waged on the entire world. And needless to say, there are no strong people throughout the world. Literally, the 5 Kage would get slapped by Naruto, Sasuke, Rasha, and just as saying that individually, because all 3 of them at this moment are as strong, or not, if not stronger, than Edo Tensei Madara. So yeah, I think maybe during the war at some point, Sasuke and Naruto would obtain 6 paths powers because they might die, quote unquote, come back to life, all that good jazz. Or maybe the Sage of 6 paths would just be like, screw it, they're doing they're basically doing something that none of my other sons reincarnates could do. So yeah, here you go, 6 paths powers. So Naruto and Sasuke would create Harigakure, which is literally everywhere. Everything is now just the village, hidden in the, is just Harigakure. Like, literally everything is just the land of, hurricanes, basically, or the land of typhoons. And the only person who actually didn't vote for this world peace was Rasha, because he told everybody about there would be, like, unaccounted for consequences, but nobody listened to him until it eventually ended. It ended. Oh wait, no. There is one person that Nagato would revive, and that would be Jiraiya, since Jiraiya was now just recently killed. So Nagato would bring back Jiraiya. Sorry, Jiraiya is still alive, even though he did technically die. And he would fight in the war as well. The only Kage that is spared is Tsunade, because Jiraiya plays for her life. Jiraiya eventually, after talking with her for about a year or 2, would convince her to basically accept this, like, the new village and stuff like that. And I think Tsunade over this time would probably fall in love with Jiraiya. You know, I always liked the idea that Jiraiya and Tsunade, like that ship, I always liked that, because I don't know, it just seemed like it fit very well, and it seemed like they would have been a really good couple. And I'm just gonna do that because it's my story. Fuck it. And because after this war, Pakura says she has seen enough for one lifetime and enough in her seat as Harikage, since she has been Harikage, like, she was Harikage until, like, the very end of the war, when Naruto and Sasuke and all of them are, like, 19 now. And Sasuke would actually become the 3rd Harikage. So he becomes the 3rd Harikage. Now, Naruto, at the very end of it, Naruto would feel regret, and Rasha and him would basically share a moment where Naruto says that Rasha was right, and that there is unacquainted consequences, and that there are plenty orphans of war that they need to go help, and Rasha says, then let's go help them. So Naruto, Gaara, Jiraiya, Rasha, Fu, and Temari all leave with Tsunade to travel the world and find those hurt by, quote-unquote, the takeover, to help them. And just because, and the sort of, like, the Jiraiya thing, although, like, Hinata never really, like, although she did have, like, the quote-unquote crush, she didn't continue to bolster those feelings because Naruto just straight up disappeared one day. So the feelings for Naruto eventually faded away, and it's my personal opinion that Sasuke would probably do the same thing that he did with Sakura, only he does it much better with Hinata, and I think they might get together, because, like, he does, like, the same thing that Jiraiya did with Tsunade, and basically talks to Hinata while she's in prison, and, like, Hinata is reunited with her family, and Sasuke promises them that they will basically be under his complete protection as the third Harikage, basically the king of the world, in a sense. So yeah, now it's an entire nation, and not just a village. It's an entire nation, which is the Land of Typhoons. So Sasuke basically, he is the Harikage, while Naruto is actually appointed as the feudal lord of the Land of Typhoons, although Naruto says that Sasuke will make most of the decisions as the Kage, but Sasuke always runs things by him using their special connection through basically being the reincarnations of Indra and Ashura. They can just like do what Goku does in Dragon Ball and just like mind communicate. I know that's not an actual power, but I'm just gonna say that they have a special link and they're able to do that. Because of this, basically the world would be at a constant state of peace until, and Naruto would obviously have children with Temari, and Gaara would, I think he would probably find someone, I don't know who. Rasha would have children with Fu, and Jiraiya would probably, I don't know if Jiraiya would really have children with Tsunade. I don't know if that would happen. It might happen. Sasuke would have children with Hinata. And I think Sarada would be a thing, but I don't think Himawari would be a thing. I think Sarada would actually be born with Byakugan in her left eye and a normal eye in her right, which would become her Sharingan later. And I think Boruto would still be born to Temari and Naruto, although he wouldn't have the genes of a what's it called? He wouldn't have the genes of god, I can't think of who it is. Hinata. God, I completely forgot. But he wouldn't have the genes of Hinata or a Hyuga. He wouldn't have the Hyuga genes. But I think he would still have like the same eye, like the Jogan or whatever it's called. And he would still have like he would still basically obtain the Karma Seal. But I think he also, because of Boruto's just seemingly, the writer just wanted to slap as many powers onto Boruto as he possibly could. So, or Kishimoto basically wanted to do that. So I think if Boruto was born to the fourth Kazekage's bloodline, I think he would basically obtain the ability to manipulate sand, which is magnet release. And I think Boruto, just to go off of his like blonde hair, would obtain gold sand, which is a really heavy type of sand, which was used by the fifth Kazekage. Or, no, the fourth Kazekage, because that was Gaara's father. Gaara was the fifth Kazekage. But Gaara is just the One-Tails Jinchuriki at the moment. And so, basically, all of this happens, and that is actually where we're going to end this part and the series. I hope you guys genuinely enjoyed this. God, I don't remember why I couldn't remember Hinata's name for like almost like 30 seconds there, but I hope you guys genuinely enjoyed. I hope you guys also like that new series, that's coming out in like probably like a couple seconds after I upload this, which is What If Naruto Was Raised by Kakuzu and Hidan. I know, kind of an odd one, but I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you all in the next video. Oh wait, no, wait. First off, road to 5K. Get there before third week of August this year. Road to 5K. I'll be doing something special if we get to 5K by that time. And also go check out all the guys all the people in the description below. Make sure you check out It's AG, Kira Jim, Izukage, Josh Love Anime, and Red Demon. Check all of them out. 3 of them are good What If YouTubers. The other 2 are pretty good YouTubers as well. It's AG is a good channel if you like. Basically, if you like, I don't really know how to describe her channel, but if you like just really good edited videos, as well as just pretty decently cool videos, go check out Kira Jim. He's good, as he has a couple of Genshin Impact gaming streams. But personally, one of my favorites was he redid Hachiman's cooking, which was freaking hilarious. But besides that, I hope you all have a great day, and I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye.